Hi, welcome back to Derek Burleson Art. Again, I'm Derek Burleson, and as I promised, today we're going to do grass. We did the clouds, and then I kind of deviated from my lesson plan, and we did a mountain. We showed the separation, and we put some trees in there way in the back just to seed it. Now we're going to do some grass. And as you can see, I kind of started because I was looking for the color, and I think I like that color. It's just a little yellow green. I think I put just a little hint of like a peach color in it. Again, I'm not getting real specific with the colors because I don't know what color. When we do our painting, I'll explain the exact colors that we have and what's on the palette. Right now, this is more about the technique. If you want pink grass, you can definitely have pink grass. It's your world. So I'm just showing you the techniques. I'm just using some colors that I have, and they're just kind of cheap colors or cheap paints that I use in my classes. So, but you can paint with anything. So anyway, remember that flat brush that I used up here and I did the scraping? Well, I pulled it back out. You can see it's kind of frayed there a little bit. So, but I think it'll be okay for grass. So again, like I said, I just mixed a little brown, a little peach color, a little green, a little yellow. And now I'm just taking this, and I got the paint up there, and I got a kind of a chiseled edge, and I'm just kind of tapping along. You know, I'm not painting, I'm just tapping. And I'm just kind of coming along. This is our first step. And you know, you can kind of make it wavy. Again, see these little dark spots I'm leaving? Again, that's my negative space. I don't want to lose that, because that's going to show as we get closer. It's going to look like it's way in the background. And again, let me just kind of come along here. I don't really want to get in the way, but I definitely don't normally paint like this. I'm kind of right over it. So now, as you can see, I didn't just draw a straight line or paint a straight line. It looks like some little hills. Now see how it looks already like it's just kind of coming out of the background. There we go. And I'm getting just into here, coming down. Not really any rhyme or reason. Again, I don't have a picture I'm looking at. This is all just out of my head, so I'm just kind of imagining if I'm looking across here, what would this look like? How would this look? How would the lay of the land go? And this is just what I imagine. It just kind of looks like it kind of goes down into this almost like a valley. Okay. And I think for this, and we could keep going, but I think I'm just gonna, and see, now I'm starting to pat my brush down a little bit to make it look a little bit bigger because we're getting forward. There I kept it up and just tapped. So now what I'm doing with my brush is I'm actually turning it a little bit and just kind of tapping down. And if you noticed also, I changed paint color a little bit, so it has a little more green in it, and because I don't want the grass all to be light is going to be hitting, and we can come back in and do more of that. There, I like that. I think we'll just leave that. I'm going to clean this brush out, and now let's go to this one here. This is kind of it's a scruffy brush. I call it a scruffy brush. And actually it can be like, I bought this one this way, but if you had a flat chisel brush and you just used it all the time and banged it out, that's what this turns into be. And see, this one here is the same way. And if you see on here, this was a flat brush, and just over the years I've used it and banged it out, and it really works great for grass. So anyway, I like to take these and then I go into that grass. Again, I don't know, I'm mixing up another color here. I don't know what color I'm going to get, but again, it's about the technique I'm trying to show you. So anyway, with this one, then I come in here and I just start patting, and we'll start getting this different look. And again, I'm not so concerned with about the color and color change. I mean, we are doing some tonal values, but see how it went from kind of the dark back there, and now there's some light in here, so it's almost like maybe the sun is bouncing around, it's bouncing light, and we'll change that again. I mean, we're gonna put other colors in there. You look out across a prairie or even across your yard, you've got so many different colors of grass. Shades, tones, however you want to say it. You look out there and you go, oh wow, just by the way the light hits or whatever. So again, I'm not really concerned, and I'm not concerned here about making it. I'm showing you different techniques, this patting technique, that one, because I think what we're going to do here now is we're going to change techniques again. I'm going to show you another technique. That was just with a scruffy brush. Now, remember what we did to those trees back there in our last little episode, is we used the flat brush, and I'm going to use, here. So I'm going to pull out another flat brush. This is just a number 10. Doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to make that a little wet, a little soupy. Not, I don't want it real soupy, but just enough, and then just kind of, now I'm just pulling up. And I'm going in different directions. And I'm going to darken that just a little bit, just so you can see it a little bit better on the camera. But I'm just, see how I'm going just back and forth and just filling all that in. Not so much like we did back there. Now we're doing it here. I added a little bit of brown or into that color, just to kind of give it a little muddy. So now it's showing the little shadow lines in there. But when it dries, the reason I did that, because when it dries, I can come back and I can do highlight grass over it, some lighter grass, and you can just keep doing this over and over again until. And I believe that in the video where I did the fence post and the grass, and I think I showed you how to do some grass like that in there. And I don't remember if we used this technique or not. We might have. So anyway, I'm just, again, I got a little bit too much paint on my brush there, but that's all right. Well, but see how I changed the color again, added a little bit more. And the reason I did that is because now I want to start showing, see how we got these different tones. Got dark back there where maybe the light is, the mountains kind of protecting that a little bit from it being real light. But as it kind of pops over here, maybe our sun is up here somewhere or down in here, but as it pops, now it's starting to highlight this. Now I did that little bit of black or brown in my paint to give it a little bit of shadow look, and then I went try and get this on, don't mean to be in your way with my brush, but and I'm just doing little lines, but I'm going in different directions, because you know, grass is not you look out there and you see a big field with tall grass, it's not all the going in the same direction. And again, we could spend a good 30 minutes or 40 minutes or hour or whatever doing grass, and again getting so much detail in there, and we might do that. What I'm trying to do in these little videos is give someone that is struggling the easiest way I know to do these techniques that I've learned from watching others, techniques I've kind of just developed on my own, and it felt good to me. But again, as you can see, I'm not really no rhyme or reason to anything, because like I said, we can come in when this dries and we can put more detail and more grass, and just keep going over and over and over. So anyway, I think we're going to just leave it right there, because I want to get into another technique. Oh, and I want to try another brush. You know, I bought this brush and I don't know that I never really used it, but it's I don't even know what it's called, what kind of brush, but it's got these like teeth in it, like it's cut out. So I thought, well, that's kind of weird. You know what? I've never used it. Let's see if I can try it with some grass. So if I flick the same, needs to be a little lighter. It's not showing up. So, but if anybody out there says, "Oh, I know what that is, and I use it all the time," but I don't use it for grass, I'd sure like to know, because or they're like, "Hey, you're using that wrong." I don't even remember. I saw it and I thought, man, that looks awful like a gnarly type brush. I'm gonna get that. And then I just thought, well, you know what, I thought it was for grass. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems to be working all right, just the way I'm using it. But again, I don't know. So anyway, if you know what that is, that's another one. And I'm looking for, I have a brush, and bear with me for just a second, because somehow I lost it. You know, you find a brush you really like, what's the first thing you should do? Lose it, so you can't find it again. That's what I do. There it is. This is called a Dagger Brush. I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of goes like this, and then it's flat, and I guess they use it for calligraphy too, but I love it for grass and tree limbs. And I'm going to show you on the grass right now. I'm going to make up bear with me just for a second while I make up a lighter grass. And again, there's no rhyme or reason to what I'm making here. I've just used different colors. But anyway, I take this dagger brush, something I think people call it a sword brush, but I get it on there and I just flick up. Isn't that cool? It really works like my script liner brush. Now I'm not getting much on here because that paint is still really wet. But in our next episode, when we start doing some other stuff, I may use that again. But just see how look at that. And if I want, I can turn it, and it makes different different shapes. And I just thought this was the coolest thing ever. So if you struggle with a script liner brush and you just can't seem to get it for doing grass, you might try one of these dagger brushes. I just kind of fell in love with it. I bought it again because it looked weird, and I thought that's kind of neat. And I watched a video. Somebody had one. I don't remember. And I think I remember who it was. And I watched his video. I don't know that he would want me to give out his name on my channel. But I will plug him because I think it was him. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But you should actually go and watch his videos. If you like doing oil painting, he does great. I watch him a lot, and even though I do acrylics, I still watch him. But it's oil painting and painting with Kevin. I really like his videos. Sorry, Kevin, if I plugged you. I shouldn't have. But I want to say that you used one of these dagger brushes. I may be wrong. But even if I'm wrong, if you're looking for some cool techniques, he can do it. All right, so anyway, there is our grass. We used some different brushes, but just simple. Oh, I didn't use the script liner brush, but I think when we do some others, I'll use this and show you. But it was the same way as I used that dagger brush. So anyway, I hope you liked this little video on grass. We used some different brushes, some different techniques. Again, I'm not looking to show you how to paint realistic grass to where you can't tell it from a picture. Again, we can do that later. This is for you to get paint on a canvas, and if you're struggling, these are the simple little ways to do it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you like, subscribe, hit the like button, comment for any future videos you'd like to have. Again, I'm Derek Burleson. Thanks for joining me.